Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, I want to talk about an incident that just literally occurred while I was out walking. And what I mean occurred was that I was being targeted to be robbed. This afternoon, I went to go visit my friend up the street who um, takes my mail, and that's where my mail gets delivered. And so I was going to my friend's place and walking, and it's the afternoon, it's daylight hours. Very few people on the street because all the football games, 49ers game was on, Raiders game was on earlier, so streets are pretty quiet. And one of the things that I don't do, I don't wear any bling, no rings, no watches. I even put my phone in a place where it's not well seen. And um, I just don't look like I have anything. And so, anyway, while I'm walking, I turn onto my friend's street, and I noticed this person riding a bicycle, and he looks like a homeless person. And a lot of these homeless folks on bicycles, they're pretty harmless. It's no big deal. But here's the exception. My warning, my chi warning went up because he was well within the 25 yards that where I can sense what he is thinking. And his thinking wasn't good. He was going to size me up, see if I have anything valuable or anything that he might want to steal from me. So, number one, I'm moving at walking at a good pace. I'm not taking my time. I'm not talking on the phone. I'm not being distracted. And how I know this person was coming up or was targeting me, not only was my chi alert uh, on point, but this person was riding parallel in the street to me. And then he said, "Hey," and you know, I just acknowledged him, "Hey," and uh, he just started looking at me. And so I know what he's doing. He's sizing me up right now. And I've already sized him up, and I know I can easily take him, and he's going to the hospital if he makes a move. And so he drops back behind me. Literally, he gets out of sight behind me. But I'm still listening, and I'm listening to where his bicycle is, the noises that his bicycle is making, the tires on the sidewalk, the rocks, the pebbles, the debris on the sidewalk gives me clues as to where he is behind me. And then he rolled up on my side. This was right along a fence line of homes. I mean, he literally, and he said, "You got $2?" I said, "Dude, I don't have any cash on me. I'm going to pick something up. I don't have any cash. I don't have shit on me. So get the fuck out of my face." And he said, "Dude." I said, "No, you're invading my space. Get the fuck out." And then I pulled this up. My OC spray, I had my thumb on the trigger. If he made one more word on me, he was going to get hit with this because he was invading my space. I know exactly what he's doing. He's targeting me, and he's looking for something to steal. Since I didn't have anything to steal, he didn't make a move. And here's the advantage that I have. I'm on foot. He's on a bicycle. I can knock the shit out of him off that bicycle, pin him up against the fence, and Muay Thai knee him into oblivion. And that's what I would have done. I would have broken his ribs. I would have broken legs. And then I called the police to have his ass hauled away. But he was targeting me 100%. And since I didn't have anything, I didn't have a wallet, because some people might have reached into their pocket, say, "Okay, here's what I've got." And then, they, "What else you got?" And then they pull out a gun or something. This person, he was positioning his hand like he was in, his hand was in a pocket like he had a weapon. And I said, no, good. I hope he does, because I'm going to shoot him with his own gun. Because I had the advantage. He's on wheels and in a unstable platform. I'm on a very stable platform, my 2 feet, and I'm not moving. So I had the full advantage on this character. But again, he didn't really make any move uh, to do anything, because I didn't have anything. I didn't slow my pace down when he tried to cut me off. And when he was trying to distract me, I didn't slow my pace. I kept my pace. And so he was following me in the middle of the street as I walked down the street until I got to my friend's place. And once I got to my friend's place, he continued going down the street, because I'm not a victim. I'm not food. There was nothing for him to bite on with me. And if he did decide to take a bite out of me, he would have become the victim. He would become the hunter becomes the hunted, because that's how I roll. And this person, he may have been sensing something, because I wasn't intimidated. I wasn't backing down. And then when I confronted him and said, get the fuck out of my space, then he knew I was well aware of what he was up to. Because this isn't the first time that this has happened. Believe me, here in Oakland, folks, this happens a lot. This is like the 4th time that I've been accosted like this. And each time, I've simply walked away, because I didn't look like food. And each time, my concealed weapon, was always an option. But because I knew this character didn't have a gun. He may have had a knife, but if he had a knife, I don't care. I'm a knife fighting expert because of my Eskrima martial arts training. And nobody beats me in a knife or bladed weapon fight, period. And I learned from one of the best masters from the Philippines. And he lived here in the Bay Area and was a personal friend of mine. And I took training, Eskrima training from him for 4 years. And his family dates back to the 15th century with Eskrima in the Philippines. So I was learning from one of the best. But anyway, just wanted to give you a heads up, folks, as to what a mugging looks like. That was one example. Always go with your gut feeling. If you start getting a really weird vibe because of something, pay attention, folks, because you're being targeted. You are being targeted these days. I didn't think I was being targeted. I thought I was just being oversensitive. But when he started riding alongside, then he drops back behind me where I can't see him. He's looking to see what I've got in my back pocket. Then he rolls up on my right side, cutting me off. That's where I had the option right then to shove him off his bike and just start laying into him, or just shove him off the bike and take off, or pepper spray the person. This would be my first option. Once I knocked him off the bike, I'd spray him down with this, and then I'd walk away. Be careful, folks. It is dangerous, and the criminals come out of everywhere.